Hey y'all. Hello to the people. I just popped, just popped on to say hi. Just popped on to say hi. My thing is weird. Happy Friday. I feel like my face looks insane. Because I do not have on any lipstick today. I did not do my facial stuff today. I'll be able to comb my hair today. But I am here, okay? I am happy. It is Friday. And I do have a live set up for 9 o'clock. But I'm like, do I want to go live today? So much went on yesterday. And all the news and all the stuff that's going on is crazy. Okay? So it's like update type stuff that I want to kind of get into. So I may still go live. My hair looks crazy. I may still go live when I get off work today. But I'm still not sure. But how are y'all doing today? How is everyone's Friday going so far? I hope everybody is having the goodest of the days that they can have. See, my hair is all tangled and curly, wavy, because I barely combed it this morning. I was tired. I may go get braids tomorrow too. I don't know. I keep got to decide. So I want to get some braids or no. You know, it's weather for some braids. I don't be feeling like combing my hair every morning. And then because I throw some water on my hair every day just to make it lay down. When it's cold outside, that's not good. Sometimes I feel like I'm sick. But it's like this random stuff that is in the news or whatever. I still have some stuff that was saved from yesterday that I could possibly go over too. There was some fashion stuff because there was a GQ Men's of the Year event that people went to. There was also Vanity Fair's Women of the Year event that people went to. So I have fashions from both of those that I've already saved. So I may do that. But child, this Diddy stuff, and now the police coming out saying, well, New York police coming out saying that, oh, well, Diddy's not really on any, we're not investigating him for any, crimes against women that allegedly somebody on the force, somebody within the NYPD gave false information to a reporter. And I was like, are you sure? So I don't know, y'all. I almost want to be like, Diddy, I need you to prove you didn't do it. I need you to post something. I just need, girl, it's just so much to go through. Because I had reread through the 35-page thing with what Cassie put out. And I was like, it just don't sound like she made that stuff up. It really just sound like I wasn't there. So I'm not saying nothing's fact because I wasn't there. But reading, and y'all know we read it yesterday, but reading it sounds like he did that shit. It sounds like that's a lot to make up. To make up different locations, specific dates, hotels, just that kind of stuff. It's it's too detailed to be a lie. I feel like we've had other people come out, people who came out about Trey Songz. Let's just use Trey Songz for instance. People who came out against Trey Songz, it's always been these random people at these random parties, and it's like a one-off situation. So it's one thing, a one-off situation, it's like, okay, it's a one-off situation. But Cassie has multiple incidents over the years that just doesn't sound made up, doesn't sound retaliatory, like she's trying to retaliate against him. It don't even sound like, she's trying to extort him, because she could have easily just did an interview if she wanted to just embarrass him and let it be that. She filed a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's civil, it's not criminal because you know it's civil. But I believe her, like, and mainly because it feels like she knew he is too big of an entity, or I can just say, oh, he beat me up. And it feels like because she knew how big of an entity he was, she knew she had to get things in order first. She knew she had to be specific about what happened. She knew she had to implicate the people around him that helped him get away with it, i.e. her saying, you know, he would hide me away in hotels or here and there and his staff and blah, blah, bloop. You know what I'm saying? She made sure that she covered all her bases because it's one thing to deny what you did to me in private. It's something else to have to deny what you did to me privately. And then what I'm able to say other people saw. Who else was there? So, I mean, it's just... What is that? A voice filter? Y'all can't hear me? Do I sound weird? Or is this person tripping? This is my actual voice. I'm just not talking loud. I'm just talking because I'm at work. So, I'm not talking loud. I'm just, you know, it's just my voice. But, you know, seeing different people come out and even people who were around Diddy, like, you know, Aubrey, Dawn, you know, D Woods came out today and said some things. I just seen somebody comment too how his one of his security guards came out and was speaking about his volatile relationship with Kim Porter. A lot of folks is bringing up Kim, you know, a whole lot of folks is bringing up the face with him and Kim Porter. And funny thing is, last night I made a post on Twitter, but I deleted it because I felt like if somebody read it, they could take it wrong as if I was trying to defend Diddy. And I tweeted last night, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I said the person Diddy was with Cassie, he stopped being that person after Kim Porter died. And that wasn't me. And when I had tweeted it, and when I read it back, I was like, that sound like I'm saying, like, he ain't who, you know, he ain't that or whatever. And what I meant was, I feel like, you know, Diddy, from what Cassie accused him of, he is an egomaniacal maniac, abusive, control-hungry monster. You know what I'm saying? Based on what Cassie said. And I feel like the monster he was when he was with Cassie, that badness in him, once Kim Porter died, no matter how she died, once Kim Porter died, I think that was, he felt like, because of all the bad shit I done, this is my karma. Because I lost somebody who I love, but who I treated like shit. And she died with me treating her like shit. And so I feel like he became probably less of a monster, because at that point he had to be a father to them girls. Like, he didn't have the women in his life there to protect his image. He didn't have the women in his life there to cover up his bullshit. So I feel like after Kim Porter passed away, he became less of the monster, but I don't think he's like this angel now. I think he felt like all of what he's done over the years, that, you know, Kim dying was like, he never thought that would happen. Because I think that's the only time we've ever seen Diddy, like, seen remorseful mourning her. And I think it's because of what they went through. When I seen how the bodyguard said that, you know, Kim Porter wasn't somebody around here who was going to just take his abuse or whatever. And sometimes, you know, she would fight back. Hence why the person said that one time when Diddy was trying to beat her up or whatever, she stabbed him with a corkscrew. So I feel like he was that bad person. You know what I'm saying? He was that. Kim Porter passed away, I believe, in 2018. And I think it was in November 2018. And so I think since then, he's became less of the monster. Not a monster. He's became less volatile because he's a little bit older now, and I think even him with Carisha, I feel like even if he isn't like physically abusive to her, he's still mentally and emotionally controlling of her situation because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that even if he isn't as bad as he used to be, he still needs to be, he needs to be held accountable for his actions. Because I was like, reading that shit, it was crazy. Okay, I forgot. I can see some of y'all comments. Hold on. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm listening to y'all. Thank you for letting me know I'm the best. Bedroom Candy by Ebony. Okay, I believe her. Diddy's former bodyguard confirmed that Diddy abused Kim Porter. I feel like I'm not surprised. I'll say that, and I'll probably get into what the bodyguard said later on. Okay, y'all can hear me, but every now and then your voice gets like deeper. Could just be me though. Carry on. It may be because I don't know. Okay. No, D Woods was supportive of Cassie. You know, first of all, y'all know D Woods don't talk about nothing much at all anyway. She be real low key with her stuff, and so for her to pop on Twitter and then, you know, send love, like, and positive energy to Cassie, because they went through, honey, came up, and she's like, I'm fully behind her. But I told her, because of how we saw making the band, Diddy was crazy. I pray she gets justice because he probably got a lot of people in his pocket. And when people say stuff like, why would she stay 10 years? Why would she stay so long? Do y'all, like, and I'm not saying y'all, but when I'm seeing people ask the question, like, why would she stay? Da, 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 da. It's like, do you know how powerful that man is? Like, power and influence in the industry is a real thing. And if somebody is already known to be a volatile person, nobody wants to cross them. So Cassie has never been, and people barely believe women. And R. Kelly is on tape pissing on child, and people still deal with that man. So you can have proof that somebody did something, and people will still side with the star because they love the star. And Cassie has never been this person who had a huge fan base, and with that, whatever, Diddy has always been 10 times above her. So who would have, you know, and when it was happening, you know, this is 10, 13 years ago, people were even less likely to believe victims then than they do now. Now it's the things where if people speak out, we listen. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can tell when somebody is really talking about what happened to them, i.e. Cassie in this lawsuit, versus somebody trying to make up salacious stories, i.e. that man on Tasha K about Will Smith. It was two different ways of somebody coming out about something that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, hearing that man say what he said about Will Smith, it was like, that don't even sound plausible. And not that can't nobody be around here taking drumsticks in the booty, but it just doesn't sound plausible. But Cassie told a story in a detailed way, and nothing she said makes her look good. It makes her look, people, she was stupid, she was dumb, why she stay? Like, it makes her look like a weakling. So who wants to come out and lie on themselves to be looked at and ridiculed and not believed? Okay. Even the artists who were under his label can't stand him. I told y'all he ain't got nobody around here that's on his side. And that's crazy. I said how when we had was So Def, when So Def things happen or whatever, people come out for JD. Don't nobody come out for Diddy. Nobody. Justin's mother made it seem like Diddy is still horrible. I hope you're right though. I think Misa issue with him no matter what their relationship was, in addition to that, I think she feel like his influence on his children, probably the male children, may not be the best, and how she probably allowed him to take the lead as the father, and she probably regrets that. So Misa Hilton, honey, I'm sure she had a story to tell too. He probably warned her because it was also his time to shine. Nice time to shine. Thank you for liking my sweatshirt. It says, what I like doing the best is nothing. Okay. Because it's Friday. I got it in tour last year. And again, I just feel like it's time for rights former artists do not like him. That's just lots. Someone telling me a story about their own trauma is going to be different from someone talking about another person's business. Truthful. You know what I'm saying? And even if half of what Cassie said is true, that's still horrible. And I think this is what people mean when they say stuff like, when somebody who's, younger is with somebody who's older, there is this power struggle. And, Cassie was 19. He was 37. Even when she was, 21, he was 40. Like, there's still just such a difference in their lives. And even her saying how it was this bright lifestyle, this amazing lifestyle, this lavish lifestyle. And she's a 19, 20, 21-year-old. You can imagine when you were 21. And even you want to be with the local drug dealer. You have the person in your neighborhood who has the money. And that's what you want. But you think it's fun. And in my opinion, some older men who are rich know younger people want to flock to people who have money because, it's a lavish lifestyle. And him getting her gifts and this and that and that, this. But child, it's just a lot to digest. And the aggravating part, it be when you are a YouTuber, you're a person who, has conversations around these stories, having to see people victim blaming. I'm like, how are you victim blaming already? How you asking why I'm like, the point was what he did, not what she did. And people don't get how you have to grow the strength to speak out. Because it's one thing when, Pookie from the neighborhood is beating on Tierra, and the neighborhood know, and not the family know, and everybody hate Pookie because he was, beating on Tierra. It's something different when you are an artist and somebody as huge as Sean P. Diddy, Puffy, Love, or whatever other name he comes up with, Holmes, is hurting you, and then you feel like you don't have the backup to speak your piece. And people always say that, people love to lie because the truth ain't really fun. And I was just saying today on Twitter, I put up, like, I miss Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams would have been all over this story and not in no messy way. I'm not Wendy was messy. Yes, she was messy, but she was also entertaining, and she was not afraid to have the conversation when stuff like this would happen. And there is a lane in journalism, and a lane in story conversations, and a lane in covering news that she for sure filled. And ain't nobody filled it since she left. And the first thing was like, oh, dang, I miss Wendy Williams. Because she would have said she knew this, or she heard that, and remember this, remember that. And not for any other reason than to get to the bottom of the truth. And I also feel like Cassie has probably built up a circle around her now, with her husband. I think she feels safe now. And because this is a time where women can speak up, she feel like I'm a little less vulnerable. Like, has something happened to me before? Had this been 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, had I spoke up then and something happened to me, who would believe me? You know what I'm saying? Think of the fact think about Ike and Tina back in the 70s and in the 80s, and how no one knew, what she was enduring with him except the people around them. So it's like people have been enduring for years until they felt strong enough to break free and strong enough to move past it. And I'm happy Cassie finally, just got the nerve to do it. And I hope anybody else that, he may have hurt in whatever way it may be, get they moment of truth. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this story should not be like swept up under the rug. Like, okay, Cassie filed a lawsuit today. It's all over the news today. And then in a week it goes away. And then we forget. I feel like, no, hold him accountable. Now I know he's denying it. We know that he's saying it did not happen that way. We know he said, not me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. And, again, everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. However, all victims have the right to speak their piece. And I don't think I've ever seen somebody come out with allegations in a lawsuit and it be so detailed. Usually it's like sporadic stuff. Oh, over the years, he did this and he did that. But there are no details. There's no dates. There's no locations. Like, it was so detailed. Even with Keke Palmer and her baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? She had the 2 instances where he for sure put his hands on her and had, the proof of that. But then also had the little instances over the 2 years of just him, tick, tick, booming and snapping and having these episodes. So it's a lot, y'all. Okay. Y'all know I'm trying to pop on my IG lives daily, for no more than like 10, 20 minutes just to talk to y'all, because I can do that. And it's quick conversation sometimes. And sometimes it's easy to not have to do the whole live with the whole background and this and that. It can just be a conversation between me and y'all, and then that's it. They need to understand that she was groomed from a young girl. She was young, naive, and scared. And that's what I keep, like, look, I'm 41 now, but at 18, 19, 20, that is the key ages where people know if I get them young enough, I get them hooked, and I get them, all up in my web, that I can kind of have my way and train them to accept the bullshit I put them through. And that's what it's seen, because it was saying how, she wasn't really liking him like that. But he in my opinion, he kind of wore her down. Like, okay, we gonna go because it's your boss. So we working together. We flying around for shows and this and that. So I have to be around this person, and it go for me not liking them like that, but now I'm around them so much. And Diddy, Diddy is very charismatic. But again, we always say people put forth the facade. And it's this facade of this, man who's rich and has this luxurious lifestyle. He wants to wine and dine you or whatever. And then you're like, oh, maybe so. And then intimidation comes into play, and you feel like, well, I done signed a 10-year deal. a 10-album deal with this person. I can't get away. So let's just hope that the truth will be set free, and that anybody else he mistreated gets their time in court. And I feel like this is not a court of public opinion situation. The courts of law. You know what I'm saying? The courts of law. And it almost feels like more people may speak up. And little old interviews that are popping back up, people saying little things about things, Diddy, made her shave her head off or whatever. And Diddy was up in fight with Kim Porter, okay? And we gonna see. Now, Carisha ain't said nothing yet. Child, Carisha said, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna say silent. But Carisha don't have nothing to do with whatever going on between Diddy and Cassie. But I do think we like, Carisha, is you safe? Has he hit you? Is you brainwashed? Oh, I feel like Carisha's brainwashed a little bit. Carisha always feel like, Carisha comes off as somebody who she knows she's in a situationship. And she know it's only so much she can say about how her to get down that he will allow. It feel like she would love to be in a relationship, but she know he don't want that. And because she care for this man now, I'm going to accept what he wants me to accept, even though I've seen him be with other people because he's single.